cuts in this offensive system. You know, it's much more than just the Splash Brothers shooting up threes. These guys are a fun team to watch.
Yeah, you know, Steve, he did a great job of blending all the coaching styles that he's learned over the past years. He's played for some great coaches, and, you know, he's been fortunate enough to take a little bit from each of them and implement it, and it worked.
It turned into a championship in 2015 for Golden State. That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we will see you later.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the first quarter. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Freak is out there with Hollis Thompson, and it's Fry in at the 5 down low. Livingston passes to Green. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. 8 points for Draymond Green.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Great open look there.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Golden State's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Green kicks to Thompson, and that is good.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Now here's Freak. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Orlando. Good D by Thompson.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Livingston kicks to Green. The drive by Thompson, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
A different look now for Cleveland. Dudley comes in for Kevin Love. And Darrell Wright has subbed in for LeBron. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Freak kicks to Wright. Pass to Dudley. Dishes it to Freak. 6 to shoot. Looking to end his cold spell. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him. That was well done.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Warriors on top, leading by just 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, and I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry, and tough to guard? Hey,
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this Splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
Iguodala out there with Spencer Hawes. And there's Livingston. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. That's the Warriors' 5. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic delivered quite a performance. He had 30 points, and did he ever have active hands on defense? Stealing, blocks, both were a part of his game that night. He turned in a great performance where it seemed nobody could stop him from taking over. You love to see that as a coach, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I'd say it would make it to his greatest hit spot. No doubt about it.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
And another 3 for Cleveland. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
And now look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. The Cavaliers, number 1. Second, the Warriors.
And this is the kind of shooting these teams would love to have all season long. I mean, they've a tear here of late.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And then for Cleveland, Love checked in for Dudley. James comes in for Darrell Wright. And Smith subbed in for Thompson. Now here's Curry. He picked up 15 points in the last win against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through LeBron. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Now, here is Smith. He's got 5. The pass to Freak. He kicks it to James. Pass to Smith. Back to James. There's the dish to Smith. And there's the feed to Freak. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to Orlando.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Greg, I thought it was a solid effort from them all the way around. I mean, but as you and I know, moral victories are kind of empty consolation prizes. A loss is a loss.
The drive by James. Good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
You know, his performance at the foul line this season might be the first thing he points to as a priority to improve.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Draymond Green, who's checked in for Hawes. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. And so we conclude the first half.
Guys, I'm here with Steph.
All right, men, we've done a good job in the first half of taking the momentum and being assertive with our style of play.
Our movement off the ball has been fantastic. All you need to do is look at our field goal percentage to see that. You can't shoot the ball as well as we have without good movement, and it has been very good.
One big reason to be encouraged is the scoring we got off turnovers. There's nothing that'll lift a team up like good defense leading to offense, and that's just the kind of lift we could use. One more thing before I go. We can't let down our intensity. Stay focused, and let's close this one out strong.
The second half just about to get going here.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Freak. He has 14 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Freak in at the 5.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Freak's got 5 points now this quarter.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Green dishes to Curry. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Freak. In the corner, it's James. Feeds it to Freak. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And now it's a 12-point Cavalier lead.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down.
Goes up from the top of the key. And again, it's Cleveland.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Outside Curry. To the middle. Here's Hawes. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hawes got 6.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Down low. Here's Smith. Can't get it to go. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt. Boy, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
Warriors trail by 10. Now here's Curry. He's got 11. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Fade away. Green with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Launches it. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Green. Coach said the first thing they should be thinking about is getting the ball in his hands and letting him lead the way on each and every possession. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Cleveland.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they've really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
Out to Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Freak passes to Love. No good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Livingston kicks to Thompson. Releases from 15, and it's Freak with the rebound.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
James dishes to Freak. Left side, Love. It's stolen by Green, and here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop, and he gets it to go. Thompson's got 13.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Green with the block. No good. James with some nice D. Cleveland leading by 10. With some arc, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
Looking now at some numbers for Livingston. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Second in field goal percentage, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And you mentioned it. I mean, one of the top shooters in the league, quick trigger with just a little better footwork. Boy, I tell you what, he could even move higher up the rankings.
Freak kicks it up. Pass to Thompson. He feeds it to Freak. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. High post shot. Here's Fry. It's hauled in by Andre Iguodala.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here is Livingston, guarded by Fry. Livingston passes to Iguodala. Green, the screen. Baseline try. Here's Thompson. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. Cleveland ahead. They're up by 8. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Here's Freak. Steph Curry's out there with Livingston. Then there's Spencer Hawes. And it's Green. And it's Rush in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And here's the break. Here's Hawes. Cavaliers with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Thompson. And a wide-open look for Freak. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 28 points for Freak. Right side, Green. Here's Curry. Some solid defense from Freak.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Here's Biyombo. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Barnes is checked in for the Warriors. Cleveland also making some changes. Love checked in for Dudley. And LeBron's subbed in for Hollis Thompson. Freak kicks to James and stolen by Barnes. Curry against Smith. Here is Livingston. Curry with a wide open look. Another 3 for Golden State. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Warriors?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Kicks it to James. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Warriors running again. That ties the game. 9 points for Barnes.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
LeBron outside. Kicks it out to Love. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And it's Freak missing. Here's the Warriors with the ball. A nice run going 12 in a row. And Curry, here we go. Nobody near Barnes. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Here's James. Buries it down low. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
Big time bucket there. And you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Here's Curry with the 3. That's down the hash. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
Yeah, nobody giving up any ground either way, fella.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Curry. 6 to shoot. As the Freak. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Golden State. That's tipped.
Move it, move it.
Barnes against LeBron. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Move the ball.
Here's Freak. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. The Warriors making a switch here. Curry's checked in. 1:53 left in the game. Thompson outside. Dishes to Curry. Shot clock at 6. Thompson inside the line. No good. Smith with the defensive effort. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Fader on the way, and he gets it to go. No problem on the 3 from Freak. Freak's got 31 points. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
What a game for LeBron. 19 points and 5 assists. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And I like the fact that one has really fed into the other.
.109 left in the fourth quarter. Curry with it. They kick it out to Green. Yes!
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Love kicks to Freak. Beyond the arc. Gets the 3 to fall.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
On the wing, Green. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Cleveland with the ball. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too.
Boy, is it tough to stop LeBron right now.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Hawes. Sinks it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And now the crowd really getting into it.
Listen to that.
What is the decibel count in this building?
And an intentional foul right there.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
You other guys, as soon as the shot goes up, crash the glass.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Green dishes to Thompson. A three-pointer off the mark. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Fires the three. He buries it.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
And so it's Cleveland who comes out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, a close call for you guys tonight, but you're able to pull it out. What did this team show you with its ability to pull out a close and narrow win like this?
The main thing that I'll take away from this is that we're never going to get rattled at the end of the game. You know, when everything is on the line. We definitely know how to step our game up when it matters the most. And y'all saw that tonight.
Thank you for your time, Kevin. No lack of confidence here.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
That was Freak turning up the volume right there, baby, all the way up to 11. And the stereo only goes to 10, Ernie, but we're at 11 right now. The man himself may be quiet, but his performance spoke very loudly.
The three-point shot was his best friend tonight, fellas. He finished the game with 6. That's 18 big points. It gave their offense a nice multi-dimensional look. They could pound it inside if they wanted, but when all else failed, they could just throw it to him, and he was reliable from deep.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson's
Nah, yo, look towards the light. Yo, what is that? It's a supernova. Nah, man.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Utah Jazz at their home, Energy Solutions Arena. For the Jazz, they come into this game after a loss to the Thunder. They suffered an upset loss, perhaps a loss of focus, but you can be certain that won't be the case tonight. And the All-Star break rapidly approaching. Shaq is a perennial All-Star. Were you ever jealous of the guys who didn't get voted in and instead got a little R&R?
You know, Ernie, the positives to being an All-Star far outweigh the negatives. You know, for me, I haven't played in a long time. I would love to just be able to suit up uno mas time.
Uno mas.
One more time.
Well, I would like to.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Cleveland Cavaliers come in for this one. Here in Utah, it's another home game for the Jazz. And, of course, Rudy Gobert. Since he's out of the picture, the team will have to fill his shoes.
Well, to say the deal changes the look and feel of this franchise is stating the obvious. I mean, they are a vastly different team than they were a few days ago, obviously looking long-term rather than the short-term.
Exactly. I mean, trading away a player with his talents is clearly a big picture deal. I mean, you have to balance fit and talent as well as upside, and then throw in the financial consideration. So this is more than just about the player.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Smith is out there with Freak, and it's Biyombo at the 5 spot. Here's LeBron following the three-pointer by Utah. Love the pass to Smith. 5 on the clock. And the shot no good, a bit short. And here are the Jazz now. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And that's one of those games where I just felt the attitude going in was wrong. I think they believed what was being said about them in the press, and that was a game that they just couldn't win.
I'm going to disagree with you here. I don't think it was about lacking confidence in themselves. I just think the talent difference between the teams was too much for them to overcome.
Great open look there. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from three-point range.
Out to the wing. Love kicks to Smith. Love with the screen for Smith. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Here's Wiles. And it's Freak with the rebound.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Lets it go from 14. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. James has got his second basket of the game.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Here's Williams. The shot will not go. And Cleveland the other way now. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
And here's Hayward following the three-pointer by Freak. Hayward goes in. Another miss by Utah.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
The wide open look for Love. And again, it's Cleveland.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Jazz trail by 4. To the inside. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws of this. And the first one at the line is good. Both good from the line that time. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Williams. Inside. Kicks it out to Love. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
Williams attacking. Good on the shot. Williams has got 5.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Now Williams following the three-point attempt by Freak. Williams with the ball. Out defended by Freak. Here's the screen. Here's Hood. A three-pointer off the mark. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 12-4 run. Freak dishes to Smith. To the paint. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Lyles. Burks comes in for Rodney Hood. And Trey Burks subbed in for Williams. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Hollis Thompson comes in for J.R. Smith. Here's Freak after Gordon Hayward's bucket. And that one's good. Freak.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kev, Quinn Snyder gave me a few moments to catch up with him. There haven't been many players that have the physical prowess of LeBron James, and he knows that this is going to pose a lot of problems for his team. He told me the most amazing thing to him about LeBron was that he has the ability to be a force at virtually any position on the floor, from point guard to center. He can and does do it all, guys.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And Utah has possession, following the score by Cleveland. The Jazz working the ball around now. Burks misses the 3. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 17-6 run. James kicks to Thompson. In the corner, it's Freak. Back to Thompson. Feeds it to LeBron. Look from Love. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And that's now 6 points for Love. Pass to Blatch. The feed to Burks. From the high post. Cavaliers with the rebound. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the first. To the left wing. And a wide open look for Freak. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far.
Hayward outside. There's the 3. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Cavaliers lead by 10. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Cleveland.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
Jazz trail by 10. Carrying up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. Lyles out there with Wilson Chandler. And it's Matthews in at the 3. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Dudley. The dish to Fry. Freak kicks to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Dudley, no luck. Utah has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And Matthews throws it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for. They're 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
Yeah, no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Now here's Chandler. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Chandler a screen. Here's Matthews. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Freak passes to Thompson. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Jazz trail by 8. Passes it to Lyles. He feeds it to Burke. Right side Matthews. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 3 assists tonight. And let's step aside for a minute to look at some of the point guards who have been doing a whole lot more than passing lately. They're the top scorers at that position over the last 10 games. Freak, number 1.
Being at the top of that list, I mean, he's obviously been able to take it upon himself to give his team an offensive jolt whenever they've needed it.
And that's value added for a point guard. I mean, when you're playing that position and you score and do the other things he does, he creates offense for his teammates, and he can get his own offense, too.
Here's Freak after Wesley Matthews score. There's a good screen. And Wright kicks to Smith. Back to Wright. Dudley dishes to Freak. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Biyombo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Wesley Matthews picks one up. Cleveland shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Jazz trail by 6. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Warriors got the job done. He had 37 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Just numbers that really jump out at you in a box score.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I'd say it would make it to his greatest hit spot. No doubt about it.
Matthews, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Dishes to Dudley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now an 8-point Cavalier lead.
Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some muscle into him.
Here's Hood. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City.
a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Now here is Smith. Wilson Chandler unable to get his shot to go. Smith kicks to Freak. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 19 points for Freak.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Love check in for Bismack Biyombo. LeBron comes in for Jared Dudley. And it's Phelps. In for Freak. Chandler outside. Back to Williams. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 18. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I've got Kevin Love here, and
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back out there. The main thing is that we had a very good half in terms of shot selection. We haven't forced anything. We've taken what the defense has given us, and it's led to a terrific shooting percentage. Something I did like? Well, a bunch of times we forced a turnover that led directly to a bucket. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen a few more times after the half. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good...
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Freak in at the 1. And they're able to recover. The Cavaliers leading by 18. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Love outside. Releases. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Assisted.
LeBron's got 5 assists in the game. The pass to Blatch. They set the pick. Kicks it to Hayward. Clock at 6. Goes up with a stripe. That's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. LeBron passes to Freak. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Hood. Jazz trail by 20. Hayward kicks to Hood. Pass to Blatch. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet in. Till the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Wesley Matthews checked in for Gordon Hayward. Now here's Freak. 21 points in the game. Back to Love. The 3. Rebounded by Hood. Jazz have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Feeds it to Matthews. Watch with it. Working on Love. Offensive rebound. Reverses. Biyombo with the block. And that one's good. 8 points for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Kevin Love. Here's Freak. He makes his ninth shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Now here's Matthews. He has 6. Jumper off the screen. Rebound by Smith.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Williams following the score by Cleveland. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
From the baseline, LeBron with some nice D.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Cleveland.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for LeBron. He doesn't get the second one. Jazz trail by 19. Here's Burke, and the rejection by Smith. There's the feed to Burks. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Freak kicks to Thompson. Here's Freak. Puts up the baby hook. Scooped up.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Now here's Freak following the shot by Alec Burks. They set the screen. Freak dishes to Smith. He kicks it to Freak. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Pass to Lyles. Matthews, no one around him. The three-pointer, no good. Cleveland leading by 19. Freak kicks to Thompson. J.R. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Matthews. And here's Dudley for 3. That's good. Dudley's got 5 points in the quarter.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist. Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's check out how Cleveland stacked up. First, field goal percentage. First and fewest turnovers per game. And they're number 1 in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Here's Freak. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. And it's right atop the key. Belton inside the three-point line. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
And we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
And it's Freak missing.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Chandler. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Jazz shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. The first one falls. Love check in for Cleveland.
Taking 2 shots.
Chandler hits them both. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Freak passes to Love. Love with the screen for Felton. Freak off the mark there with the three-point shot. Well, through three quarters of...
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Cleveland leading by 18. Wilson Chandler out there with Hayward. Then it's Williams. Then it's Blatch. And it's Hood in at the shooting guard position. That's the group right now for Utah. That one goes. Count it. 12 points for Kevin Love.
No hesitation. When he saw the space the D was giving him, that's 2.
There's a screen. Passes it to Blatch. Williams a screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hayward. Drops one in from the wing.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And Freak throws it down.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
Here's Hood. Offline with his 3. The Cavaliers leading by 20. Freak dishes to LeBron. Teardrop shot. It's deflected. Here's Hood. Covered by LeBron. Stolen by Thompson. And here's Freak. He dishes it to Thompson. On the wing, James. He feeds it to Freak. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And the Jazz making a change here. Checked in. J.R. Smith's checked in for Cleveland. Here is Williams. Right side Matthews. Drilled from 11 feet out.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
The Cavaliers leading by 20. To the middle. Here's Biyombo. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Now here's Williams. There's the screen. Now the pass to Blatch. Picked by Williams. 5 on the clock. Here's Hayward. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Well, there's not a whole lot you can do about that move. That's just good offense. They were all over him, and he still managed to drain him.
And there it is again. Nice make there from Freak. Freak's got 12 points here in the second half. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Matthews against LeBron. Matthews passes to Blatch. Tipped away and stolen by Freak. Now Cleveland moving it up. LeBron leading the charge.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Lyles checked in for Wesley Matthews. Outside Williams. The Cavaliers pull it in. Love's got rebound number 5 here tonight. No one near Smith as he lets it go. And another miss by Cleveland. Utah shooting about 42% so far. Down low. And it's Hayward. That time on the assist by Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Burks, he's checked in. The Cavaliers leading by 23. In the corner, it's James. Smith outside. Over in the corner, Dudley. Hits the three-point bomb.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now, here's Burke. Here's Clark. That one falls coming off Burke's feet.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
J.R. Smith on the wing. With the teardrop. The shot, no good. The Jazz go the other way with it. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Hayward with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Burks kicks to Clark. No good on the triple. The Cavaliers leading by 23.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Cavaliers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And playing this team only twice on the year, they have to feel good about their strategy and execution. As tonight, they complete a season series sweep against the Jazz.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Freak. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Now Burke following the three-point attempt by Freak. Burks can't get it to go. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Freak kicks to James. No luck. Hayward with some nice D. There's the dish to Burke. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out.
All right, now. What's up, girl?
Well, the outcome of this one never really in doubt tonight. Would you say that this is one of the better performances by this team this year?
As of now, I'd say yeah. But I know in a few weeks that won't be the case because we'll probably be setting records by beating teams by like 100 points or something. And you know I'll be leading the way on that.
You simply can't get enough of you. Thanks for joining us. Kevin?
All right, Doris, great.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
A ton of his points were coming inside tonight. It really speaks to how aggressive he was in this game. If there was a path to the hoop, he was attacking. Love that kind of mindset in a backcourt or a wing player.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. For Portland, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. Well, Freak was recently selected to be a part of All-Star Weekend. Very big honor for him, and I'm sure there will be a lot expected of him. You guys have both been involved with All-Star Weekend. What's it like? What's going through their heads right now?
Well, the most important thing you have to do is just enjoy the weekend. It's going to be a lot of superstars there. It's going to be a lot of things going on. You just have to go, perform, let them know who you are. The fans voted you in. Got to give them a great show.
Yeah, but I think, guys, if you're there, you can't get caught up with all of the hype and everything and all the star watching. I think you're there to be the star, not to see the stars. So you have to go in there and perform and let people remember you. Shaq always did that, and he did that great.
You know why?
Why?
I saw Halle Berry looking at me one time.
You know what I think? It was really admirable, whether you were going to be in the dunk contest, Kenny, or the three-point, or you're playing in the game, Shaq, that you guys got to town and you just stayed in the room. I thought that was very impressive.
I sure did.
That's all you did. You just went to the hotel, checked in, and say, "I'll see you Saturday."
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The Trailblazers play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Portland, Oregon. For the Cavaliers, this is the last game before heading back to Cleveland. And, of course, Anderson Varejao. Big day for him, playing with his new Trailblazer teammates for the first time.
You know, I'm really excited about seeing how this team is going to evolve since the trade. I mean, he's a guy that can end up being a key player for him down the stretch.
No doubt about it. I mean, there are some guys you win with and some guys you win because of. And when you look at him, though not a superstar, he's the type of player that they've been missing and can really, I think, help this team come together.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Freak in at the point. Most of the NBA will be taking a breather during the All-Star Weekend, but Freak will be part of the action. Clark, as we know, in a big way.
In a real big way. I mean, he's slated to take part in multiple events, Kevin, during the All-Star Weekend. Not sure how he'll do in all of those, but should make for an exciting weekend for him.
This shouldn't be a shock to anyone with the way he's been shooting this year, but it's just been confirmed that Freak Clark will be part of the three-point contest.
You know, he's got a nice stroke, Kevin, so I can see him doing well in the three-point contest. Takes some endurance to put up 25 shots in a short amount of time, so he's going to have to do a little work to get ready for that aspect of it.
Good on both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Well, if you've seen some of the slams he's thrown down this year, it shouldn't come as a surprise. Freak will be participating in this year's dunk contest.
Yeah, I'm claiming it right now. I mean, he's my favorite to win the thing. I just don't see how he doesn't come away with the crown with his creativity and ability to elevate and levitate.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Freak, and it's Howard finishing it off.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw off the floor after that
one, guys. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. Nice D from Freak. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Fires the 3, and he gets it to go. Freak's got 5 now.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Here's Lillard. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Now here's Freak, covered by Lillard. Now the dish to James. Back to Love. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Good on the shot. Lillard's got his second basket.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Love outside. Freak. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Freak's got 7 points.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
And Lillard kicks to Lewis. And again, it's Portland converted. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Terry Stotts. Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Off target from outside.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down the shot like that against that kind of defense.
Aminu with the bucket.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
He had a great field goal percentage to start exactly what they were hoping for.
Now here's Freak. Boy, he was something else against Utah. This one for 3, and he gets it to go. Freak's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Cavs.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
And stolen by Freak. Jumps up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by LeBron. James has got 4 assists now tonight. Lillard outside. And the pass to Luke. Good.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point,
they can't guard us on the perimeter. They spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Big men who can step away from the bucket and hit. Number 1, Kevin Love.
Well, he has such a phenomenal touch from long range for a player at any position. Forget about just among the big men.
Yeah, and that makes him one of the more challenging matchups that any defense is going to face. I mean, who do you put on him? A perimeter defender or a low post guy? It's really a conundrum.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Irving. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And he converts the layup. Irving's got his first basket.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Up top, Roten. He's covered by Irving. Davis setting the pick for McCollum. Shot off the pick. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
And that one's good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And it's sent back by Plumlee. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Irving dishes to Freak. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 14 points for Freak.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
We recently sat down with Freak to discuss being selected for this year's three-point contest. Here's what he had to say. Clark, how do you think he'll do in this year's competition?
Well, Kevin, I think he's got a chance to win it. I mean, some guys only shoot off the dribble. Others need the pass to knock down threes. This guy has the full package, and he's an excellent shooter, so it's just a matter of repetition and handling the pressure. So I think he's got a great chance.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Trailblazers.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jump.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Freak in at point guard. Kevin Love out there with Jared Dudley. It's Smith, and it's Biyombo at the 5, roaming the paint. A different look now for Portland. Howard comes in for Mason Plumlee. And it's John Lure in for Ed Davis. Now here's Roten, covered by Smith. Floats one up. Here's Aminu, rebounded by Dudley.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And it's Freak missing.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Jazz got down to business. He finished with 31 points as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He turned in a great performance where it seemed nobody could stop him from taking over. You love to see that as a coach, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that one.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Tipped away. Lillard left side. Howard. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. 6 points for Dwight Howard.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Dishes it to Dudley. Freak with it. He's got 14. Drills the three-pointer. Freak's got 17 now. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. The 9-foot shot. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game, Greg. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
And it's Freak missing.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And that one's good. 6 points for Damian Lillard.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Now look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have knocked down everything in the last 10 games. The Cavaliers, number 1. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
I mean, this is about hot shooting for both these teams recently. Two teams playing with tremendous confidence. This sure makes for an exciting matchup.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Cleveland. Here's Freak. Nailed from three-point land. Freak's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Cleveland. Pass to Aminu. Kicks to Howard. Out to the right wing. Pass to Aminu. Portland moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And that one's good. Roten.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Freak passes to Felton. J.R. Smith on the wing. There's the pick. And Love has it in the corner. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And then Lillard slams it in.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Here's Aminu. Following the basket by Freak. Here's Lure, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 8th assist in the game. For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got. Talk about a terrific game for Freak. He has 23 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
And with more to come, you know, it wouldn't hurt to keep getting him the basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Howard. Davis comes in for John Lure. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Tony Wroten. Now, here's Lillard. 8 points for him. No good. Good D by Thompson.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Second free throw, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Feeds to LeBron. He kicks to Freak. Offline with his 3. The Trailblazers have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Outside Irving. Tries it from 19. Cannot hit.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And so that's the end of the first half. Trailblazers out in front, leading by 6. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Some ground for you to make up, no doubt, here in the first half. What are the areas you need to improve on to get back even with them?
I think we just need to step our energy level up a little bit. We seem to be moving around like we were playing underwater in that first half. Second half, we need to come out with more urgency.
Good luck in the second half. Kevin, a visibly frustrated young man.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Howard is out there with John Lewis. And it's Aminu in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here's Lillard. And stolen by Freak. Oh! And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And the Cavaliers with possession here. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. In the corner, it's James. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving count.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through McCollum. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And Aminu kicks to Howard. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 4th rebound in this one. LeBron James on the wing. He's covered by Aminu. Stolen by McCollum. And Aminu slams it in.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys,
an almost entirely new group here for Portland. Plumlee is checked in for Howard. Davis comes in for John Lewis. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Lillard subbed in for Tony Wroten. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Biyombo. Hollis Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Freaks checked in for Smith. And Irving subbed in for Raymond Felton. And stolen by Lillard. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
James kicks to Freak. Three-pointer. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Trailblazers lead by 10. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Trailblazers leading by 10. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So on the floor for Cleveland, Freak in at shooting guard. Thompson is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Channing Frye, and it's Irving in at the 1 spot.
Get the ball inside. Move the ball and stick it too much.
right through the D for the layup.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time. An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man. You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
The feed to McCollum. Plumlee sets the pick for McCollum. Inside, he's looking for Lillard and finds him. Plumlee, and he converts the layup. Plumlee's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And Davis sends it back.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
From 13, Bazemore grabs the miss. Trailblazers leading by 14. McCollum kicks to Davis. He feeds it to McCollum. Passes it to Plumlee. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
McCollum passes to Lillard, and stolen by LeBron. He dishes it to Freak. LeBron left side. And there's the pass to Love. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 7th assist here tonight.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Here's Lillard. Here's Lure. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. And the Trailblazers lead by 17. Freak kicks to Smith. Portland grabs the miss. Plumlee's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's McCollum. That's good.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Move the ball.
Here's Freak. And the 3 ball is good. Freak's got 33 points.
And he got loose from the 3-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
Lillard attacking. Here's Plumlee. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Mason Plumlee. And so it's Cleveland with it. It's an 18-point game.
Substitution for Blazers. Dwight Howard.
Here's Freak. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Portland's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from 3-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Now here's McCollum. The dish now to Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Trailblazers moving the ball around. McCollum no good. The Cavaliers trail by 18. Freak kicks to Smith. The Cavaliers again can't hit. For Portland, they've gone on a tear here in the 4th. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Dishes it to McCollum. High arcing shot. No up. Smith with the defensive effort. Love dishes to Freak. That falls. Great assist by Love. That's 36 points for Freak.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Here's Lure, and the layup's good off the glass.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Smith drives in. Biombo. That's good.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Trailblazers.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas.
And so they'll
Spacing.
take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Lillard. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Ed Davis is checked in for Howard. Ken Bazemore comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Tony Roten, he's checked in for McCollum. And Harris subbed in for Damian Lillard. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. Dudley comes in for LeBron. Hollis Thompson's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Felton in for Freak. Roten with it, working on Thompson. Roten, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 15. And Thompson kicks to Felton. There's a screen. Picked away. Here's Bazemore. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball.
You got to forget about that one.
Dwight,
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
He played the point with absolute precision tonight. 16 assists. Not an easy number to come by. You've got to be completely focused on the task at hand on every single possession. And he had everybody in sync at all times. That was a beautiful performance.
What I like most about Lillard is that you never see him play out of control. He's got a poise that not very many guys have, point guard or otherwise. And there's no question about it.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith,
Hit on my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no.
And get ready, everyone. All-Star action is coming your way. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. This place is gonna go crazy. Let's get it on in the Foot Locker three-point contest. It takes a steady hand and a keen eye and an even steadier nerve to survive this competition.
Well, right next to me, I've got somebody who knows a thing or two about winning this event. So tell us what it takes to do just that, Steve.
Well, I did. Here we go with Damian Lillard. He'll have 60 seconds to get off 25 shots from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and with each make counting as 1 point, except the last ball of each round, which counts for 2.
Yeah, that's the money ball, Clark. And those shots are usually the ones that end up deciding.
He gets all the way up to 21 points. His stroke looked terrific in that round, guys.
Well, he did, especially considering the fact that he came out of the gates pretty slowly. But when things kicked into gear for him, guys, he really got hot.
So it'll be Isaiah Thomas here.
You can be sure of this. Whether it's an exhibition or not, the pressure to perform is still pretty great in the three-point shootout.
Oh, make no mistake. I mean, these guys are competitive. They got a lot of pride. They want to win. But they've got to stay cool and controlled while they're out there. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yep.
That's 5 straight. He's getting on a roll. That gives him 12. Notches 13. Trains the money ball. And now with 16, make it 17. He's made all 4 money balls. That's a big 20 points. 21. A 23-point round for him. What an unbelievable round. Right away you could tell it was going to be special.
Yeah, it was a terrific start. He was feeling it from the get-go.
So it's Klay Thompson ready to start here. 1 point. 2 points. Now 3 points. Money ball, no good. 4 points. He's got 5. Now with 6.
And the young fella, Klay, making it look very easy out here. Here he goes.
And he buries his 5th in a row. Now with 11. 2 racks remaining. Make that 14. One last rack remains. Make it 17. And that's his 4th straight. A very strong 20 points for him. He was really enjoying himself out there that time.
Well, we all know how important the money balls are in this event, and he hit 4 out of 5 of them. That's very good work.
And so will see James Harden.
When Harden came into the league, people were unsure if he'd be able to shoot with range in the NBA. He started out a little slow, but he's become quite the scorer and sharpshooter. And a lot of people thought that would be the case. It was just a matter of when.
He's got to have a 20 or higher.
He's got plenty of work to do, but by no means is that impossible to beat.
Up to 10 now. 11 points. He's got to close out with some makes. That gives him 12.
7 more points to stay in contention.
He's made all but 1 of his money balls.
Ooh, Harden starting to feel it.
2 more points to stick around. Very strong 20 points for him. He was really enjoying himself out there that time, guys.
That's a well-earned and well-deserved score. He found his rhythm, and he kept his rhythm.
Yeah, and given the look.
And here we go with Freak. He knows exactly what score will get him into the next round. A score of 21, the minimum if he's going to stick around.
He'll need to be at his very best to top that score, guys.
Takes his first there. Only managed to sink 1 there. 2 points. 3 down. He can only afford 2 more misses.
he's got to step up or he's in big trouble.
And he's done. Out.
Yep, he won't have enough to make the next round.
No, just wasn't falling for him here tonight.
Uh-oh. 9 points is what he finishes with. There was just something off about him in that round.
Yeah, it seemed like every time he was starting to get into a good rhythm, he just couldn't.
Here we go with Damian Lillard. By going first, he can put a lot of the pressure on the guys behind him if he posts a good score. So it'll be Kyle Lowry here.
Kyle Lowry showing more and more confidence in his three-point shot. He didn't have
an 11-point round for him there. That's far below what he's capable of doing when he's on his game.
Yeah, and you know, in this kind of format, guys, the slow starts can be almost insurmountable.
And we have reached the conclusion of the Foot Locker three-point contest. And what an event.
You're always going to have people who don't believe that you're really good at what you do, you know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they do. They don't even know.
What's up, everybody? Freak, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just hard to believe I get to be a part of all this.
It's the end of a long weekend. Just do your best and relax and enjoy it. Maybe give the fans a little show, too. But you all know things get serious in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah, I'll be ready. Butterfly's long gone by then.
What makes you think you'll even be playing in the fourth quarter, Freak?
Okay. Just because I wasn't on the cover of 2K like the rest of y'all doesn't mean I can't get it done when it counts.
And you can't even get it done on a virtual court. I beat you without even trying last night.
Got you there.
You got lucky. Okay, I want a rematch.
Yo, I want in on this. I could take you or James.
Well, I got plenty of time to beat all of you. Steph, you want in on this too?
I'm in. Hope you know how to defend the long ball better than you do out here.
I'll take one after you guys are done. Might as well make me the championship game.
Ha! Okay, consider it done. It's gonna be easiest night of my life. But now it's time to start the real show with the league's newest star at center stage. Good luck tonight, fellas.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Joined in the booth.
One of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
Now here's Freak. Defense is right there. Releases from the wing and drills it.
In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
That shot by Griffin, no good.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Here's Curry. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Curry's got his first points of the night.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And some changes here for the East. Paul Millsap is checked in for James. Butler comes in for George. And it's Batum in for Kyle Lowry. Feeds to Millsap. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint. And when you can get them, you got to score them.
Harden outside. Hayward from outside. Batum grabs the miss. There's 1:17 left in the first.
Move the ball. Stick it to left.
Freak passes to Butler. 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Lopez. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
It's Harden with the drive. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Here's Freak. They get the rebound. Millsap, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts. It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Now here's Conley. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. A great event unfolding. One quarter of basketball already played. And welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for the West All-Stars, Russell Westbrook out there with Harden, and it's Hayward, then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Gasol, and at the 5, roaming the paint.
Yeah, a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight, and that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Harden's shot is off.
And really a surprising amount of defense being played here tonight.
There really is. I mean, what's gotten into these guys? Usually it's all offense all the time in this game. I like that they're going at it like this. It looks more realistic.
Here's Hayward. He sinks the 11-footer. Hayward's got 5 now.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Freak kicks to Butler. James sets the screen for Butler. Out to DeRozan. No one near him. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
You know, he's always thinking. That's what I like about him. Spotted the open man and immediately changed out of his shot and gave it up.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Kevin Durant. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And he banks in the layup. Durant's got 10 points in the game.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Westbrook. And it's Freak missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Griffin dishes to Towns. And stolen by LeBron. And George kicks to Freak. Shoots the 3. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times. Breaking down some numbers here. The hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
And the shot is good.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
To the inside. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Here's what the East is going with right now. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for James. And it's Lowry in for DeMar DeRozan. Offensive rebound. Towns. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Towns has got his first bucket of the night. Freak passes to George. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And he gets it to go.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
And it's the West All-Stars ball. Trailing here by 8. Here's Westbrook. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Lopez, he's checked in for the East. Millsap comes in for George. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Lillard's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Antetokounmpo dishes to Freak. Lopez a screen. Lowry kicks to Millsap. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the East. And West also making a switch. Parsons checked in for Blake Griffin. Both free throws good for Millsap. Lowry against Curry. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Freak passes to Batum, and he connects with the jumper. Batum's got his first points of the game. 1:31 left in the first half. Curry kicks to Lillard. Dishes it to Curry. 11 feet away. Count that one. And the East All-Stars lead has been cut back down again to 6 with the basket from Towns. Towns has gone 2 of 3 from the field. And stolen by Lillard. Count that one. Lillard's got 5 points so far. Freak dishes to Lopez. On the wing, Batum. Defended by Durant. Off the left rim and out.
Another shot from outside. They're not attacking. I mean, going in and seeking contact like they did in the first one, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, you can't play the score, Clark. You have to play your game. They need to mix it up a little bit here.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Freak kicks to Lowry. Passes it to Batum. Lopez a screen. 4 on the clock. Fires from the corner. Tries again. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 8 points for Paul Millsap.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And that concludes the first half. East All-Stars lead by 6. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And welcome back to the second half of the NBA All-Star Game. Always an exciting night of basketball.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
And some changes here for the East. Jimmy Butler comes in for George. And Freak subbed in for Kyle Lowry. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Marcus All's checked in for Towns. Davis comes in for Blake Griffin. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's James Harden in for Curry. Freak in his point guard. Jimmy Butler is out there with LeBron James. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Gasol in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
And it's Freak missing. Freak's gotten just 4 of his 10 shots to fall here, shooting 40%. Hayward can't hit. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Butler with the ball, now defended by Hayward, and it's Freak missing. Freak's gone 4 of 11 tonight. Here's Westbrook, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
The East making a switch. Thomas is checked in. Here's Westbrook, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Inside, and finished off by Gasol.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Thomas, no good.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Harden outside. Pass to Gasol. For the lead, and it's good on the way up. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the West All-Stars?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
With some Paul Millsap is checked in for Gasol. Antetokounmpo comes in for James. And it's Batum in for Butler. Then for the West All-Stars, Parsons checked in for Gasol. Klay Thompson comes in for James Harden. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
Move the ball.
Batum attacking outside for Thomas with the shot. Here's Millsap, and they convert it last on attempt number 3.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Here's Lillard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got the lead up to 2 now for the West All-Stars.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
That's good.
And you know what? He's got a new BFF. It's the triple.
And it has been his BFF today anyway. Most of his points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
They get it back. Antetokounmpo against Davis. To the middle. It's deflected and stolen by Lillard. He kicks to Hayward. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got his first points of the night.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Freak with it. It could go. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. West All-Stars out in front, up by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Let's take them back.
We've been having a great time here. We hope you have been too. The All-Star Game coverage continues. 2K Sports.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports.
Are we seeing some high-flying efforts tonight or what?
Are we ever? I mean, they're doing some major damage to those rims.
They set the pick. George passes to Freak. Knocked loose. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Westbrook with it. Out defended by Freak. Outside Westbrook. Right side Griffin. Can't hit. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. Lowry dishes to Freak. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And George kicks to Freak. And the pass to Gasol. It's rebounded by Towns.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
Here's West now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And he's able to get it back. Griffin, and no good, trying to use the glass.
He's yet to make an impact from the field, but his team is taking care of business.
Freak passes to Gasol. To the paint. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Freak.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Curry kicks to Westbrook. Back to Curry. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And here are the East All-Stars now. It's a 3-point game. To the inside. Lowry. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Stephen Curry.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Kyle Lowry taking 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
That one misses.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
And Durant gets it to go.
Boy, what a half from the field they're having. They're going to extend that lead if they stay this high.
Yeah, they've taken it up a notch. Clark looking very confident right now.
Freak knocks down the 3-ball. Freak's got 22 points.
Wow. Wow. What a great performance from him. He's hit 3 in each half.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Outside Curry. From past the arc. Again, Curry missing. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Outside for Gasol. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Here's Westbrook. It's good again, and an excellent 7th-grade shooting night so far.
Yeah, teammate to teammate on the assist that time.
Well, the communication between them, that's what we see every game during the regular season, and it's on display here in the All-Star week as well.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. The drive by James softly drops in the floater. James has got 9 points now in just the second half. Throws it up high. Can't get it to go. The East All-Stars go the other way with it to take the lead. And that drops in from beyond the arc. 3-pointer from Freak. Freak's got 8 points in the quarter.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hand.
Pass to Durant. From about 16, that's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 8th assist in the game. Freak kicks to Love. To the paint. And the dunk by LeBron.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Picked by Griffin. Outside Curry. The tray. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Freak dishes to Lowry. He feeds it to Freak. Back to Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop.
This is what you love, guys. Superb defense. Great steal, and just like that, they add 2 points to this narrow lead.
Yeah, but you just can't afford to give up plays like that at this time in a ball game.
And the West All-Stars with possession. 3-point lead. Shot misses. Nice defense from Freak. Lowry kicks to George. And a wide-open look for Freak. And a miss there on the triple. George against Durant. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Durant. Durant's got 4 assists in the game. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth. They need this. And it's Freak missing.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Westbrook, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that. And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Durant, here we go. They get it back. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. That's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Okay, guys, we are down, but not out. Focus and execute, Freak. You're our leader out there. Now let's go.
George against Durant. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Get ready for your East All-Star Impact.
Eight seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Freak. The three-pointer off the mark. So it's the West All-Stars picking up the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP. Russell Westbrook. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted. And how'd you feel about his performance, Shaq?
Well, he had fun.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star Game. Some splendid talent on display tonight. For Shaquille O'Neal and for Kenny the Jet Smith and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Miami Heat. Looking at the last game for the Heat, it was a loss to the Pacers at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The first half of the season has not been kind to them, and unfortunately, with their play lately, they're not exactly giving off the vibe that they're ready to turn things around. And you hear Kyrie Irving's name, and you think of a playmaking point guard. But he is as deadly a shooter, Kenny, as anyone in the league from time to time.
I mean, the guy won a three-point contest,
Yeah.
so no surprise there. You know, he's averaged, 2 to 3 three-pointer shots made in the last couple of seasons. Now he's quick to get off his shot off the dribble, which is different from most three-point shooters. That's why some people don't really recognize him as a three-point shooter.
And not only that, Kenny, because he's so fast, you got to respect his drive and give him the space. As soon as you do that, yak him.
Thanks for joining us. Let's go courtside to Kevin Harlan.
That's the sound of the net, Ernie.
Yak 'em. That's what I hear.
Yak 'em.
That's what I hear when I shoot.
On the road, looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Miami Heat are ready to get this thing started. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This game marks the end of the stretch at home for the Cavaliers, back on the road tomorrow. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
And you'd expect nothing less from the defending champs. They've taken every team's best shot, withstood the scrutiny, and approached the playoffs here with the utmost confidence.
And with that said, a very legitimate chance now to hoist the trophy again at the end of this season. They've been to the mountaintop. They know what it feels like, but it's never easy to repeat.
We got to chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Chris Bosh is out there with Winslow. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And there's Hickson. And it's Gibbs in at the 1 spot.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
The Cavaliers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. He hits the second from the line.
Thank you, Cleveland!
On defense, the Cavaliers. It's a 3-point game. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
And Freak throws it down.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Here's Gibbs following the score by Cleveland, and he gets the bucket. Winslow's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Looking at Miami, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pacers in Indiana.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know, the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you've got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You've got to show some discipline.
Here's Wade following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. LeBron is running.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
That's tipped. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Biyombo. That's good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Cleveland.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside Irving. Pass to Freak. Just 4 to shoot. Launches a 3. The shot no good. And it's Miami the other way. Last time they met was in Miami.
May have been the worst effort you'll see from them all season long. Even for a game they weren't supposed to win, it should not have been that bad.
Against a lesser team, that performance wouldn't have been good enough. But play that way against a good team, and you end up with an ugly result that they had.
And here are the Heat now, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Bosh sets the pick for Hickson. Wade on the wing. True on the 14-footer.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. Irving kicks to Freak. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Wade outside. Left side Bosh. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
That's a confident play there. Great execution.
Irving passes to Freak. There's the pass to Love. James outside. Back to Love. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Fires from deep. They grab their own miss. Now here's Freak. Wade is covering. Tries yet again. And there's the nice layup by Irving. Irving's got 5.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard so we can see and check out some of the most feared defenders in the league. The steal leaders among shooting guards. The 4th spot held by Dwayne Wade.
You need to be an effective perimeter defender.
And at shooting guard is where you'll usually find the team's best defender, and this group illustrates that clearly and perfectly. These fellas play the best on-ball D that you'll see in the NBA.
1:50 left to play in the first quarter. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Eric Spoelstra. Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do.
And thank you, Doris. Now, here is Smith. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Washington.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Now Curry, following the three-point attempt by Freak. And Mirotic kicks to Harris. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Harris has got his first 2 points of the night.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Well, defense has to be played earlier in that situation. You've got to fight to not allow him to get that position in the first place. There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Hardaway dishes to Curry. Bosch kicks to Mirotic. Bosch, the screen, feeds it to Harris. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Now here's Freak, covered by Mirotic. Here's Freak. And the three off target. From 10 feet out, cannot hit. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers ahead, up 5. And we'll be back in just a moment with this. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive guys on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
Freak in its shooting guard. Smith is out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Biyombo at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Smith outside. Passes it to Freak. No luck. Now the Heat take it the other way.
Let's take them back. Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes a pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all the... Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one... And the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems. Too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Syndrome, maybe you make a mistake, you lose. And this is for the real hip-hop. So would never, ever, ever ask me, am I here to replace Guru? Word? That's how you feel up on this track? Little try on that. What you trying to rap now? Yeah, yo, Royce. What up, man? We just lamping in the studio, you know, doing our thing. Okay. Bugging out, you know. Right. Little test run. So, I need you to speak with your hands. On the count of 3. Everybody now, 1, 2, 3.